let's not talk about negativity today. Let's talk about what is going on in the studio. We have some great people in the studio right now. It's all about some music and a book and a lifestyle and all kinds of great things. And you guys are going to enlighten us with everything that you guys been on quite the journey here in a little bit. And ironically, I have to do a quick shout out to a friend of mine and now a friend of yours who hooked us up. So I'm going to say hi to Jenny. I know she's listening, so I want to embarrass her.
Hi, Jenny.
Hi, Jenny.
Yeah, just say hi to Jenny.
Say hi, Jenny.
Hi, Jenny.
Oh, there you go. It's awesome. Yeah, so you guys met in a dog park.
We did. Yes.
Yeah, that's kind
We
of...
did?
We did.
I thought we met at the circus.
No, not you and me.
I know, I'm kidding.
Oh my God, I'm confused already. All right, so you guys kind of met, and she was like, "You guys rock." I guess you guys were playing some music at the campground, and that's how it all started. And now here you are.
Yes.
Which campground was that?
It was in Virginia or West Virginia. And we just happened to mention where we were from, and it turns
That's
out
awesome.
that they're from just a couple houses away from where my dad lives.
Yeah.
And so
No kidding.
we made the connection.
Amazing.
And now you guys might know Carrie, and Carrie might kind of know you through school.
Yeah.
So it's a small world after all.
It is. It is.
So that's awesome. So anyway, so let's get to it. Why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves one at a time and give us a little background about, we now know that you play and you got a book and stuff, but let's get a little bit more detail, and whoever wants to start, go
Well,
ahead.
first off, I apologize if I look disheveled. We just drove 2,500 miles across the country in 3 days.
Wow, that's
Just
crazy.
to be here on Penn
That's well,
Speak
we appreciate
Radio.
it. I told them you had a little some wiggle room. I did. I said you got a couple hour wiggle room here. So, but I'm
That's
glad.
right.
I said I don't want you guys getting in an
We
accident. so.
rolled in last night to my mom's house at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. Had a few beers and woke up and drove here, and I'm wearing the clothes I was sleeping in.
All right. Well, we have desanitizer. It's really okay. So anyway, let's start with who you are, where you got, how you got started. Give us some information.
Well, I'm Rob. We have Becky here as my most incredible, tenacious, unsinkable, brave, and beautiful wife who 2 years ago overcame a really difficult to treat, very aggressive form of cancer. At the time I was in Nashville working on some big dreams in music that were coming along pretty well. And of course, with that diagnosis, everything came to a screeching halt. And we spent a lot of time soul searching and not counting the odds and trying to keep each other going, which was obviously a pretty tough thing to do. But there came a point in time where, we couldn't ignore the odds any longer. And her big wish at that time before major surgery was that not only do I go back to Nashville and make another record, but also that I get a book published that I had been sitting on for about 5 or 6 years called Relapse, and also that I plan a 50-state and 52-week tour. And she made me promise that I would do all of that, even if it meant that I had to do it without her. And very, very happy and feel very blessed to say that I don't. She's here.
Yay!
She's a survivor.
She is in the studio.
She is in the studio, and
And here he thought he was just going to have to get me a puppy.
I thought maybe she was going to ask for a cruise or something, but no, it's been a wild, crazy adventure. So now we have Relapse, the new book, Revival, the new record, and tour, more importantly, to give Becky the adventure of a lifetime and the opportunity to inspire people in ways that I could never hope to, even with a book and a record.
Well, that's awesome. Congratulations on your victory, and congratulations on your wellness. And we have a third person in the studio here. Why don't you tell us a little bit about you and how you got with these guys?
Well, my name is Slayder, and they had already started their 50-state tour, and I'm from Wisconsin. And when they came through the area, they played at a place where I was doing an open mic, and they came in and did their thing, and I did my open mic thing, and we got to talking and hanging out and talking about life and pursuing dreams and crazy stuff. And
I said, hey man, do you want to join up on this tour? Because we had an opener who was jumping off to teach a class at a college, and he's like, yeah.
Just like that.
yeah.
Awesome. All right. So now you're on for the duration of the rest of the tour. Where are you guys in that?
I think we're 26 states, about 37,000 miles. going on 6 months and over 300 shows.
Wow.
Literally
Anywhere from 1 to 3 shows a day. It's been nonstop, 7 days a week.
a couple
shows.
hundred different interviews, TV. We stopped off in Green Bay and
We were
it's
just-
Slayder's hometown. We got to see a Packers game and he got on TV. I was like,
ABC.
yeah, it's great.
Nice, nice. So let's focus a little bit on one subject right now. How about the music? Let's talk a little bit about the music because you guys want to play one of the songs. So let's get a little background on that and the song you guys want to play.
Yeah, I mean, sort of hard to define. I think your sign out front sort of says it best. Something like where rock and roll meets country, I think it says.
Yeah.
That's the kind of music that I write. My producer in Nashville, my management team, they're just absolutely incredible. The band down there just do a great job on these records. And the new one, Revival, I think is, hopefully the best yet. And I write these songs sitting in my living room and never really thought that we'd ever be on a tour or, actually I had 3 big dreams when I was a kid. I wanted to be a solid gold dancer. Which didn't come true.
I was going to say,
that one didn't work out. But I wanted to be a writer, and I wanted to get a song on the radio. And I can remember not long after I met Becky, she was like, "Yeah, man, you can do it. You're a great writer." So made some phone calls and got pretty lucky, and got a song on the radio. And I pretty much owe everything, the book, the record, to Becky, because she just has a certain magical je ne sais quoi. I don't know how to describe it, but she's just got a force, and I'm grateful for it.
That's awesome. So tell us about the song because we're going to take a quick break and we're going to come back with that song.
Cool. So that's a song I wrote after Becky was diagnosed. It's a song of determination. It's a song of reflection. It's a song for people who are going through a tough time, and it's not on the record Revival. One reason and one reason only. It was important to both Becky and I that we do our best to give something back. We're donating all the proceeds from this song, Don't Want to Lose You, as a single to the American Cancer Society.
Nice.
This is not because we're rich. We're rolling through the country in an RV that gets 6 miles per gallon when I'm driving it. 2, by the way, when she's driving it.
He's so full of it.
No, I'm telling you.
True at all.
I'm telling you. But there are things in this life more important than money, so yeah, Don't Want to Lose You. It's an important song to me.
All right. So you say the benefits, the American Cancer Society.
Yes, ma'am.
How would people be able to purchase the
You
song?
can go to my website at relapseandrevival.com. You can go to iTunes, Google Play, Apple Play Music, Spotify, anything.
All right. All right. So all the social medias, if they check it out, they can get it.
And feel free to buy a couple hundred copies
Oh,
of
there
it,
you
my
go.
book, everything.
All right.
Just
Sounds like a fine
go
plan.
hog wild.
Well, listen, we need to take a quick break and pay some bills ourselves. We're going to come back with these guys performing this song live right here in the studio. And then remember, check out the electronic platforms for the song. And remember, it's going to go to a good cause. Obviously, Becky has survived it. A lot of people out there need that help. That disease is still going strong today, no matter with all the research and everything that has been put into it. We really need to nip this thing. It's about time.
Yes.
I'm sure you agree. So give a listen. We're going to be back with these guys in just a minute. Don't go anywhere. More with Robert Hunter and everybody right here in the studio live. And remember, if you want to watch it, the live stream is rolling.
Last night, I saw the moon. It made me think about you. And it was changing, just like you always do. And it was silver and blue. Shooting star. Make a wish, but don't tell anyone. 'Cause my sky's falling down. And you don't wanna see me right now. 'Cause God help me work it. But I don't wanna lose you. don't want to lose you now. And we see life in reverse, and I swear this gift is just a curse. We gotta call out to him, say I'm sorry. Well, it just got worse. And I play it over and over and over in my head. So don't tell me it's over, over if you can't say when. Because you can't say when. Now sky's falling down, but you don't wanna see me right now. Cause God help me work it out. But I don't wanna lose you, I don't wanna lose you now. I don't wanna lose you. I don't want to lose you, and I won't lose you now.
And we're back here at Penn's Peak Radio and Wall to Wall Country. What a great song. I really like it. I mean, it's kind of like it takes you on a little journey, knowing what it feels like when someone's in the hospital and you get that news. It's like, oh, crap, it just got worse. And I'm sure there was a point where when it wasn't that, it was, hey, things are starting to look better. You know, I cannot even come close to imagining what that was all about for you guys. For you, you've heard the story. Was that part of the reason of wanting to join this whole thing and put this music out and stuff? Like, you're an outsider looking in.
Yeah.
You know, so
Not anymore. We've brought him into the family. It's
not
too late
anymore.
now.
I mean, it was definitely, it felt good to join something that had such a cool cause behind it. That was definitely a big part of it. It also, you know, I've been playing music for a long time, and I've always wanted to go on the road and play music for people, and I think it's just an added bonus to be able to do that with a great cause and a great message to spread around for people.
I think actually Slayder embodies a lot of what we're trying to say, and what we've learned through this ordeal is that, you know, you can't take today for granted, because
Right.
tomorrow might not come. And Becky taught me that. She lived every day to the fullest, even before she got cancer, and never flinched when she did get cancer. And I'm still learning how to do that, but you know, Slayder, I think, you know, really embodied it, because it's like, hey, do you want to go on tour? And yeah, I do. And that's what he chose. And I got so much respect for that, and for everyone who lives with adversity and, you know, makes the most of it every single day.
Now, when you perform this live, is there a story that goes with it? Do you kind of express where the song came from, or is it just one of those things you're just playing it and you're going to just see how people react?
A lot of times the story's already been told when we play it live, and we do it live, like I said, 1 to 3 times a day, every day. So by the time we get to the song, the story's sort of already been told. So the story I normally tell is his first day on tour.
Okay.
We had just met like one time in Green Bay, and he was flown out to wherever we were, and it was a big TV thing, and we literally ran in the door. We had no time. They're like 30 seconds. We didn't even tune the guitars.
Out of
We
breath.
stepped right up. I was like, and I don't want to. So we finished playing the song, and he nailed it right off the bat, and I was like, good job, man, you nailed it. And he's like, yeah, cool, thank you. I was like, did you ever play for 1.5 million people before? And he goes, is that what I just did? And I was like, yeah. He goes, thank God you didn't tell me that 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, sometimes you don't need to know that. No.
That's usually the story I tell.
That's awesome. So now, Becky, you held him to some of those promises. Did you get a puppy, by the way?
We did
She's
not,
still
but
shopping.
I'm
recently as
shopping. It is true. We already have one puppy.
Okay.
She's just turning 3. Her name's Gracie. She's been with us this whole tour, and she's phenomenal.
Awesome.
But one thing about Rob is that you never have to keep him to promise, because that is one thing that he always does. He always follows through with his promises.
That's awesome.
Yes, absolutely. And it's been an amazing adventure so far. We've journeyed through all these different states. We've met amazing people along the way.
I was attacked by an alpaca.
Yes, we've
I
had
had a wild turkey show up to a show.
all kinds of crazy encounters.
Wow.
Chili's waiter quit his job on the spot just to hang out with us. A band of wild river gypsies in Montana took us on the most epic adventure, just impromptu. It's been, yeah.
Wow.
It's been insane, for sure.
It's amazing what happens when you just say yes to life.
It is. And that's a big part of our message, just like he was saying, is, nobody's promised tomorrow.
Right.
And, I was 28 when I was diagnosed. Never, ever would have thought that I was going to have cancer or that it was a kind that wasn't treatable. And when you're faced with something like that, you gain a whole new perspective, and you look at life in a totally different way. And his brother passed away at a very young age from cancer. My mom passed away at a very young age from cancer. Both of them had things that they wanted to do when they were retired and never got a chance to do those. And here I was, 28, and facing the same thing at such a young age. And so our big message to everyone really is, enjoy every moment. Don't ever let an opportunity go.
Right.
Embrace every moment.
Yeah. Well, and I think the thing too is, and call it whatever you want, I'm a big believer in the universe and using the universe, and I read The Secret over and over and over again. I'm in the middle of reading it again, and it's just one of those things where mind over matter works.
Absolutely.
I mean, you can have all the modern technology, you can have the modern science, you can have everything under the sun right there for you, but if you don't believe you're going to get better, if you don't have that in your heart and soul and mind that you're going to fight it, sometimes it doesn't work out that way, and I understand that, but I think if you give it everything you've got and don't give up, like you guys apparently didn't, and you fought, and here you are.
And speaking of the universe,
okay,
if we have time,
sure,
this crazy book I wrote, Relapse,
good.
it's a perfect segue. Well,
So, do you have a book for me?
of course I
Yes,
do.
of course.
Awesome. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I just had to get that in there. I was like, I
here's a
want one of
story-
those.
Here's a story I don't often tell people, because a lot of times it's like a 1.5 minute interview, and they're like, sum it up.
From the beginning.
So
My show goes till 5 o'clock.
this
Somebody don't go out and let your puppy out. Don't worry about that.
it's okay. We haven't slept in 4 days, but it's fine. It's
comfy couch, eh?
I might just stay here for a while. The story I don't often tell behind that crazy book, Relapse, I wrote that fictional story just for fun. I have 6 or 7 novels I wrote that I never intended to get published, but here's what's incredible about this as it pertains to the universe. It's a story about a guy who, maybe drinks a little too much, definitely does. He can't get out of his own way, he means well, falls in love really super quick with this girl who's a raft guide of all things.
I was a river guide for 25 years.
Okay. So,
Got
when
it.
I wrote that, I didn't even know that was a legitimate profession, okay? So, I was deliberating at the time, like, well, cops too obvious, lawyers got certain connotations. I was like, oh, raft guide nobody knows what that's like. So I wrote this character as a raft guide that he falls in love with, and she takes him on this crazy adventure to Maine, and it is epically disastrous, but funny. And anyhow, it about rips them apart, and there's this force that brings them back together, and it's cancer. She gets cancer at the end of the story. And I'm not spoiling the ending, so everybody out there has to buy my book to find out if I live or die.
Oh, jeez.
But here's the thing. I wrote all of this before I met Becky.
Wow.
And I married Becky after 3 months. She was a professional raft guide at the time. She went to college in Maine, took me on an insane trip that almost broke us up, and then she got cancer. And when all of that happened, it's why she chose that book out of all the others to publish, because she felt it was too
creepy,
universally serendipitous, whatever.
There's no irony
to be,
with that.
coincidence.
That's crazy.
So, yeah, spent, a good amount of time working all night long with an amazing editor, in my opinion, the best editor in the world, Margaret Wright. and she, helped me take that manuscript from 25,000 up to 75,000 words, and man, did I try to make Becky laugh every day while I was working on that, and she was going through through treatments. So, yeah, she approves.
I definitely approve.
4.0 out of 5 on Goodreads also approves. So I mean, but who cares about them? You're the only one that matters to me.
That's right.
Aww.
That's right. But
That's
it's all
awesome.
about humor,
Yeah.
and you have to be able to read this book and not take life seriously.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of the book. And
Yeah, if you don't have, I've often asked people at a show because it's like, if you don't have a sense of humor, I'm not gonna sell to you.
Wow.
You're gonna
that's
have
awesome.
to go to Amazon and get it.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, I have a sense of, but I was a river, seriously, I was a
I'm not selling it to you. It's a gift.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But I was a professional river guide for
That's
25
unreal.
years.
That's awesome.
I
I
worked
didn't
on
know
rivers all over the country, from
Wow.
Maine to West Virginia to Colorado to California. To cheat?
I did not.
Okay, so you went down, what did you do, Golly?
I did the Gully.
I did the Golly for 9 years.
Wow.
That's a rough river.
It was
Yeah,
a
that
very
thing-
rough river.
I honestly, just right now, you haven't read my book yet?
No.
I'm sweating profusely right now in the company of two raft
raft
guys. At the same
guides,
time, I feel like I'm in the belly of the beast.
Damn.
He forgets that he's in Jim Thorpe.
Yeah.
And see, Jim Thorpe is about rafting.
And it's cranking.
Exactly.
It's cranking.
Yes.
It's got. I actually worked for them a couple times. I worked for a company here. That's how it all started. But
Okay.
And they were like, "Okay, the river's really screaming, and we need some senior guides. Can you please drive a boat for me?" And I'm like, "Yeah, okay." So I ran for them 3 times this year, in and amongst the 5 other jobs I have. But it's like, yeah, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, this is big water. It's big water right now. It's
Yeah.
been big because of all the rain."
Yeah.
But I worked the Hudson. I worked the Cheat, the Golly, the New.
That's awesome.
The Tohican, oh my God, my brain's not working. The Arkansas in Colorado.
Okay.
It was-
And then you said Maine as well.
yeah, I was up on.
Kennebec and Penobscot. Me too.
Oh, that one handed me my butt.
Me too.
Yeah.
He's got a great story about that one.
Wow. Yeah, there's some big stuff up
There
there
is.
too.
Yeah.
And then I worked the Kern in California for one summer, and I worked the Rio Grande in Texas.
That's awesome.
Not necessarily whitewater caliber, but
Sure.
that's a minimum 3-day river.
And that takes a whole nother
That's a
set of skills.
whole nother ball game. Whole nother, just to survive for 3 days with
Yes.
people that you don't know.
Right.
That in itself, it's like spiders and tarantulas and coyotes, and you have no cell phone service in those canyons. let me
Right.
tell
I
ya.
feel like I have the perfect book for this.
Really, truly.
So let's show up the book so people can see it.
Where are the people?
They're everywhere. We're internet, baby.
No, where is the camera?
Oh,
Here?
right
All right.
here. This
Oh.
one right here.
I should have been showing my good side all
Oh,
along.
there you go. So
Relapse.
I am looking forward to reading it. It sounds like an awesome book.
I'm going to have to change the one I'm giving you because I inscribed it with Raft Guides Can't Be Trusted. Now I know that was a mistake.
Never say that to a ref guy before you go on a river.
I know.
See, you want to make sure that they understand that you're like, oh, homage, man.
Yes.
Because they can drop you like
Well,
that.
he learned
And
that.
they did.
He
I'm
learned that.
sure they did, especially on the Golly.
Yeah, it was
For
the
us, it was the
Penobscot.
Penobscot.
Oh, okay.
It was his
Wow.
first rafting trip.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
a
a scary place to be dropped.
It
Yeah,
is.
I was a
I didn't-
I was a
I'm not a fan of
lifeguard.
the
I had a
Penobscot.
life jacket on. I thought, I'll just hang on tight and float to the top. But it was like so aerated, my feet hit the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
So I sprung up off the bottom, about broke my neck under the boat.
Yep.
I'm drowning.
You found
I'm
it.
drowning at this point. I come out literally gasping for air. She is collecting paddles, waving. Hi, sweetie.
Oh, you're
Hi,
fine.
sweetie.
You're all right. Yeah, no problem.
Don't worry. We got the paddles. I'm fine. Don't.
I knew he was a talented swimmer. I thought he could totally handle himself.
Raft
And
guides can't be trusted.
well, we all tell a different side of the story. Remember, he is a storyteller.
That's true.
Yeah. So Bob, who also works, he always like there's three sides to every story. Your side, my side, and the truth.
Yeah.
Yes.
True.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there you go. But when it comes to rivers, I mean, they're like fish stories. It's got to be this big. I mean, come on. It's a river, for crying out loud.
But he mastered that river, and we've done several since that on our tour. We rafted in Glacier National Park. We rafted in Yellowstone.
And Alaska to the glacier.
Alaska to
Wow.
the glacier as well,
Nice.
in Nyalek Bay. And we also rafted here with Jim Thorpe River Adventures down in
Nice.
Hayton
All
Mountain
right.
Outdoor Center as well.
Good.
Each one of
good,
these has been
good.
rough on Slayder because he actually he can't hold his bladder.
No. It's terrible. It's just awful.
It's an embarrassing thing.
Just fall in by accident. Hold on to the side of the boat for a minute
That's
and then
what
climb
I
back
tell
in.
him. Yes.
You know, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Gotta do what you gotta do. Nice. Awesome. Well, this is, gosh, talk about connectivity. I mean, that's just crazy. But kudos, female river guides, man. Rock on. And I kayaked a bunch of places, too. So I kayaked. So I kayaked like the Green and the Pooter and a bunch of other ones out west.
Cool.
So I had my butt handed to me on several of those as well.
Oh, my God. I bet.
It happens
It seems
fast.
to come with the
It does.
territory.
Oh yeah. So it's water. It's it's unforgiving. It doesn't stop. You can be yelling and kicking, and it's gonna go. Nope, I'm still coming.
It's
so
true.
it's a creature all in itself. So respect it for sure. Respect it for sure.
It's also interesting, too, because I raft guided, but he's a mountain climber. And when I had met him, I always thought, I'm this outdoorsy girl. I'm a raft guide. Like, this is my thing. I'm adrenaline pumping, love these adventures. And he took me on my first mountain in the Adirondacks. He's an Adirondack 46er, which is an elite group of very few people who have climbed all 46 of the high peaks in the Adirondacks. He took me on one mountain, and I almost died, and I was terrified, and I was crying, and he was just at the perfect spot to literally like Tarzan swing over and save me from falling down this like 100-foot cliff that was like covered in ice
It was
and
1,000
slime.
foot cliff. No, it was 10,000 foot cliff.
And so we all have our comfort spaces.
Sure.
But he's quite the adventurer himself.
Are you into adventure?
He is
Slayder?
now.
This is about
As much
adventurous
adventure
as I get. Yeah.
An interview on an internet radio station.
That's
That's it. That's his path. All right. Well, good for you guys. So, looking forward to the book. Again, how do they have? I see on here they can order the book through your website, but
Yep, you
can they get it on the Amazons and all that?
relapseandrevival.com, but yeah, Amazon, Walmart, Barnes & Noble.
Okay.
And always check out your independent bookstore in your
Absolutely.
local community as well. That's
Yeah.
a big part of us. We both come from local community businesses. Our families run businesses, and so we encourage people to support that independent business as well.
Awesome.
And we also encourage people to buy multiple copies. They make great gifts for
Family
Christmas.
and friends.
Yeah.
Don't donate some even. Whatever.
Along with the music, you might as well buy 10 copies of each. Just get it over with. There you go. And for the good cause, of course. So awesome. Well, you guys are on an amazing journey here. Now, when you guys are doing this tour, where can they find the information about where you're going to be so that they can plan to come see you guys?
relapseandrevival.com/tour. Or just relapseandrevival.com, and there's a link for tour right at the top.
Okay. All right. So they can get all that information
We do
right
1
there.
to 3 a day. We're going to be playing with Charlie Daniels here in a couple days. I know he's coming here to Penn
Yeah.
Peak
He's
in a
on the
few weeks.
schedule. Yep.
So yeah, we're looking forward to that in Williamsport and then up to New England. So
Wow. Connectivity, social medias, are you guys able to manage? I mean, I know it's tough. There's a lot going on, and the social medias is like a job all by itself.
Yeah.
Trust me, I'm well aware.
Yeah.
You guys do that? You got a team that helps you with that?
Yeah,
How does that work out?
We have a great PR team that helps us, but we also, I mean, I'm just speaking for myself, but like, I'm grateful for every fan I've got. When I was a kid, I was a dork. I didn't have that many friends. If people are investing their time in me, even if it's just to message me and not buy my book, it means something. So I don't really want other people, handling that type of thing. So it's really me behind the Robert Hunter Music pages.
Right.
People can reach out, and they often do, tell me their story or whatever. We had a girl in Chicago say she has been a fan for a while and is down on her luck and doesn't have much money, but when she gets a paycheck, she's going to buy Relapse first thing, and she doesn't even have the gas money to get into the city to come see our show. So I was like, okay, cool, we're driving to you.
Okay.
And she was like, no, you're not, but thanks, that's really nice.
Yeah.
And like 2 hours later, I'm like,
Hi.
yeah, we're here. What place should we meet you at?
Aw.
So, yeah, I mean, it's been awesome. Robert Hunter Music on Instagram, Facebook.
You guys are the ones actually doing most of the answering, though? I
On
guess that was my
Facebook and
question.
Instagram, we do everything. Each of us has our own page, and
Okay.
we personally take care of it ourselves. So you will be directly speaking with one
Our
of us.
PR people have, booking stuff really
Right.
in mind.
Okay. Awesome. Well, I got to say, you guys are just doing some crazy stuff here. And are you doing any talks about,
We do have some.
I was going to say, for inspirational on the
Yes.
cancer survival,
Yeah,
you
you'll
got
see
that
those
going on
our
too?
tour schedule as well. We've done a few different ones in community places for different organizations. We've also partnered with the American Cancer Society, For Pete's Sake, and Chemo Cozy organizations, which have helped us provide care packages and some really neat apparel for people that are going through treatments now. We can give those to people that come to any of our events. No questions asked. They don't even need to tell us their name. We just need to know that they're going through treatments or having a hard time with where they're at.
Okay.
And we're able to provide those things for them. We also are selling T-shirts for breast cancer awareness at our next concert coming up. But we do some inspirational things. We're looking forward to doing more. If anybody's interested in hosting us, we'd be very interested in doing that.
That brings us actually to a good point. Bookable, we're also sponsored by them. We've done a number of private events where either fans or organizations can circumvent our PR company and management and come right to us through bookable.com/Robert Hunter.
Okay.
And they can let us know where they want us to be, what type of event, whether it's some inspirational, whether they want a rock and roll book thing or whatever it is. It'll come right to us, and we can, try and work our tour.
You guys are all
around
over the
it.
place here. I'm just paging through some of this stuff, and you've got definitely lots of ways that people can reach out and get a hold of you guys.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
For sure. I mean, my goodness.
And my mom takes advantage of them all while we're out there on the road.
And you do book signings too. You're available for that, and to do and you're on board with all of this. My goodness.
It's been a mad adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, are you inspired to write a book?
A little.
Yeah.
It seems like a really cool thing, and it gets around, but it is a lot of work, I am seeing.
Yeah.
He's a songwriter.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
so
a
you're
great
songwriter too?
singer-songwriter.
Yeah.
Nice. What's your background, real quick? I mean, obviously you met these guys, but before that, where was your journey up to here?
I just have been playing music for a long time. I had been playing around in some bands and open mics in Green Bay, and just trying to keep that ball rolling and trying to do something with that. And this was, I guess, the whole big break aspect of it, where you just need to be at the right place at the right time, playing with the right people, and stuff happens.
Next thing you know, you're eating king crab in Alaska.
That's right. Yeah, like we played the Hard Rock Cafe, and that was a big dream of mine, and that was super cool to do, and this has just been amazing for me.
Wow, this is just crazy. You guys got a lot of things going on. I don't know how you keep up with it all.
I don't either.
It's very difficult.
One day at a time.
Yeah.
We're a great team, though.
Yeah.
Anything that one of us lacks, the rest of us kind of pick up at. And
Yeah.
like Rob said earlier, too, we've become family. And so we really, truly help each other out in all the different things that need to get done. And
Yeah.
so it works really well.
I want to know what the puppy's assignment is. Just being happy.
Giving lots of love.
Just giving love, hugs and kisses.
Yeah.
She's also like a really good guard dog.
Yeah?
Yeah.
She's really tenacious.
Yeah, you
Once
don't wanna
lock
go
the
up to
RV,
her.
she gets like...
Yeah?
Yeah.
No, that's home for her now.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
like going to protect it.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
I got a couple like that too that sound like they're going to take your leg off, but
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
you get close to them, they're doing it from back
Yep.
here.
Exactly.
I'm like, dude, what's up with that? Yeah. Wow. Okay. So you guys got a great tour going on. Relapse Revival. You've got the Relapse book out there, A True Love Story by Robert Hunter. The tour, you got some, merchandise going on. They can find a lot of the stuff through the website, or they can use the electronic medias. Either way, for a book or whatever. Is the book an audio version?
Not yet.
Ah,
That might be coming. I
that-
don't know where we're going to find the time to
the wink, wink, nudge,
do
nudge.
it.
I'd record it
Yeah.
for you. I'll
Yeah,
read it and
I
record
do.
it for you.
do it. Please.
Yeah. So, well, people can make big bucks doing that. So,
They
we'll talk afterwards.
Okay.
Make it a radio segment.
Yeah, it's
Every
like,
day. It's
yeah.
chapter.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, there you go. I can do that. Lots of information out there as far as all this stuff is going on. I don't know how you guys keep up with it all. My goodness. Even though you guys are already way packed with what you're doing, I'm sure there's a vision for some future stuff. Is it just focusing on this tour right now? Or what can your fans be looking for? Is there some wink, wink, nudge, nudge, some works in the books?
I mean, we've got enough material for another record ready to rock and roll, and I've certainly got enough material to write the book. It's just kind of finding the time to do it. So when I get really stressed out, my little secret safe place I go to is this little vision of a cabin somewhere in the middle of nowhere that we've been, maybe just to hole up and kind of write the next one for
Yeah.
a few months.
Wow.
Of course, that means then we have to do this all over again.
And we have talked, and it's really just early discussions, but a European tour as well.
Wow.
So
That's awesome. You guys see you got some videos too on the
Yeah, Gone
on
for
the-
Good's cool. It's got a real live police chase.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I can see you got some videos. The album that you want to hold up that album so that they can see the.
Oh, we sold out.
Oh.
We sold out on the way back across the country.
Oh, okay. All
which
right.
is good and bad, but I don't know if we're going to even have them for the Charlie Dana show, which is...
Okay. All right. So, but if they can order online.
Yep. It's called
yeah.
Revival.
Okay, the Revival album online too, because I was like, I wanted to see that, but
Yeah.
so the Revival album and the song that people can use to donate the
Don't
purchase.
Want to Lose You.
Don't want to lose you. Through the website, through the electronic medias. That are you planning on putting that on a CD at some point?
Probably not.
No.
No,
It's just
I
gonna
think
let it stand on its
I
own.
think, yeah. I dig what it represents to me, and it wasn't really a happy chapter of my life, even though the song is resilient and, you know, I'm not going to lose you, and don't tell me it's over if you can't say when, and no one can say when.
Yeah.
I kind of want to tie that chapter of our lives up and just let it
there.
be something good.
Yeah. Yeah. It'd be amazing if you guys were approached by either the American Cancer Society or something like that. And I just want to throw that out there. So more people who are in that position can hear that song.
Yeah.
Because, you know, music's a healer too. You know, and if it gives that one other person strength to keep fighting, to pull through whatever the case may be, you know, I mean, that's something that's really, really cool too. So you guys need to go out there and get that song, the Revival CD, the book, everything else. We're going to have to wrap this up here in just a second. I got another break. Anything else you guys want to throw out there real quick?
I think I'm ready to take a nap.
Yeah. All right. You need to check these guys out for sure. You can go to roberthuntermusic.net or Relapse, Revival.
And revival.com.
And Revival. Is it with an ampersand or the word and?
And.
Okay. Relapse and Revival.com. All the information is on there. Find these guys on tour. Come out and listen to them. Who knows? Maybe you'll be opening up for Charlie Daniels here in a couple of weeks. You never know.
Yeah.
And if you are, feel free to stop by too. So.
Cool.
Good stuff going on with these guys. Find out more about them. Check them out on their tour. Get yourself the song, the album, the CD that's out there, and also the book. So excited to have these guys on board. Thank you for making the journey.
Thank
and
you.
I'm sorry you had to drive like
It
a
was a great
banshee to
time.
get here.
Thank you.
But yeah, stay in touch. And anytime you're in the area, feel free to let us know. You're more than welcome to stop by.
I'm not getting on a raft.
Yeah, no?
No.
Okay.
Studio's
I have my
fine.
own boat. I have my own oar
I'll meet you.
rig.
I'll
I
meet
can
you in the
take
studio.
you out in the
I'll meet you
Lehigh.
upstairs at the amazing little restaurant and bar.
But you're
I'm
not,
not.
going
No.
on the Lehigh's not bad. It's not bad. All
just
right. Okay. Thanks, guys. We'll be back in just a little bit right here on Penn Speak Radio.